Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I am your host, the Housecoat Gamer, and today we're taking a look at the confusingly named Atlantis-Class. Because, to the best of my knowledge, the Challenger class didn't have a ship named Challenger, just Buran. But seeing as there's already a Buran class, I suppose they figure why not change it up and go with another shuttle. Because yes, there was a space shuttle named Atlantis. As for the lore reason for this thing, well, obviously it's another member of the Galaxy Development Project. Because as someone who has studied military history and the history of technological development, you often make small-scale things and test them on other things. And test full-size things on other things before you start making the big thing. The most famous example of this, at least that I've seen, is a B-47 that was reconfigured and rebuilt to test the Oranda engine for the Avro CF-105 Aero program. The Iroquois engine, I believe it was called. It's been a while since I've read the book, but I know it existed. And that's what I view the Niagara and pretty much the entire 359er Kit Bash fleet as. Developmental ships that, in a lot of cases, were just so successful that they were put into mass production. Case in point, the New Orleans. I mean, it's just basically a miniature galaxy in all but name. As for the Atlantis class, you know what I'm hearing? You know what comes to mind the millisecond I look at this ship? The Mission Begin music in Starfleet Command. Oh boy. Lagging out, that's what happens when you do these things day one. Because it looks disturbingly like the Akula class. I mean, the cell configuration is a total match. The plan form generally matches. In short, it's a 25C and much bigger version of the Akula. Oh boy. And is probably as close to the Akula class as we're going to get at the moment. Hopefully that'll change. Experimental weapon, a focused particle cannon. Heavy radiation damage. Scales with exotic particle generation auxiliary power. Odd. But literally more power for weapons. I can live with that. Oh, right. It's a temporal boat. Temporal tactical commander, lieutenant tactical engineering ensign, lieutenant commander science, and a lieutenant commander universal. Strange. But okay, I can live with that. Particle generators increase your dew damage. Interesting. But of course, it's more of a science weapon than anything else. because it increases more of your particle generation damage. Disassembler emitter. Cone damage, AoE. Radiation. Increases damage resistance. Well, decreases damage resistance, but you get the idea. Temporal tunneling. Weapon haste from exotics or temp ops. I see this getting nerfed really quickly. Because I think somebody's gonna put up a quick and dirty, very fast recharge ability, something lower ranking, and abuse it. But then again, I don't do exotic damage. I am a conventional damage person. I don't like using space magic. I prefer shooting things to death. So I might find a use for it. I might not. You might find a use for it. You also might not. Anyway, this is the second to last 359er I'm going to be taking a look at. Because there is one more boat. It's Romulan. And it's the one people have been bitching about. But that'll have to wait until tomorrow. Housecoat Gaming, signing off.